What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new live stream. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. Got a lot of stuff to get into. A few weeks away from the Karate Kid movie, which I'm not looking forward to. But that comes out at the end of the month. But let's get into it. We've got a little bit of NFL news. What's up? I believe this is Underground. What's up, man? But we got some NFL news, which came out this morning. But the Steelers have decided to move on from wide receiver George Pickens. They are trading him away to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. So decent return. I believe the Cowboys got a 2026 seventh-round pick as well. But yeah, I understand why the Steelers did this because obviously he has character concerns. He's often late to team practices and the games, and he gets into fights a lot, and he's just got an aggressive attitude. So I understand why they did this, but at the same time, now you're lacking depth at the wide receiver position because, yeah, you traded for DK Metcalf and you signed him to like a 5-year deal. However, he has similar concerns to Pickens, like they're pretty much identical. And Metcalf, he's 27 years old. He's not getting any younger, and he's dealt with injuries throughout his career. So, you're taking a huge risk here, but you're getting a decent return, though. I like this move for the Cowboys. It'll be interesting to see CD and George Pickens in Dallas. You get Dak, another weapon. So he doesn't have to rely on CD Lamb 98% of the time. So this gives Dak another receiving option. So I like this move for them. They finally get another receiver. And then other news, the Jaguars have decided to release wide receiver Gabe Davis. Makes a lot of sense. He's just not very good. I wouldn't even call him mid. He's just not a very good receiver. He did not play well with the Bills. Cost them some games from time to time. Just couldn't execute plays, and then the Bills didn't bring him back for obviously a reason. So the Jaguars picked him up, and he didn't play very well on the Jaguars. So I think it makes a lot of sense for them to get rid of him. They lack wide receiver depth too, which is probably going to be an issue for Trevor Lawrence, but they do have Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, who's looking to play both offense and defense. So we'll see how that pans out for them. And then Eagles have reworked tight end Dallas Goedert's deal. So it looks like he is not going to get traded. He's going to be staying in Philly, which is good. He's a solid player. So that's good for them. Then there's something about Joe Burrow. He's just got the headband on. Okay. That's it for. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about. There it is. So the NFL schedule will release this time next week. We will cover it. We'll see who the Eagles host in the season opener and the schedule for all the teams and the primetime games and stuff. But yeah, the schedule will be out this time next week. Can't wait to talk about it. But Yeah. Let's see. Craig Jones, what's up? I disagree. I think it's going to be bad. I disagree. That's a bad trade. He's not aggressive. I'm wrong. He's very good. I didn't say he was bad. Wait, are you talking about Gabe Davis or Pickens? I'm confused. Disagree. You need to study your football game. Oh my gosh. All right, bro. All right, but we'll get into the playoffs. So you left off. So May 1st. But the Knicks take care of business against the Pistons in Game 6, another close game. Brunson puts up 40 points, proving why he deserved the Clutch Player of the Year award. Cade Cunningham is very good in this series, put up 23 points. Pistons had a very good season, get that playoff experience. They'll probably go out and trade for another star like Zion Williamson or Kevin Durant or maybe even Giannis, maybe. But they got assets to pull off a trade. So I think the Pistons are going to be even better next year. But yeah, Knicks move on to the next round. They are taking on the Celtics. They are embarrassing the Celtics as we speak, which we'll get into later. And then Clippers forced Game 7 at home. Harden with 28 points, Jokic with 25 points. But Clippers Nuggets have been the best series in the first round so far, in my opinion. But then we go to last Friday. My screen is sharing, right? Okay. But last Friday, the Rockets forced Game 7 on the road at the Bay. Rockets were in control for most of this game. Warriors did get back into it for a little bit, but it was a little too late. Rockets get it done. Fred VanVleet puts up 29 points. Jimmy Butler puts up 27 points. Curry's still dealing with a hand injury. His thumb is all swollen up and stuff. So cut him some slack. But yeah, good game by the Rockets. Saturday, May 3rd, Nuggets absolutely destroyed the Clippers in Game 7 at their home. Kawhi with 22. Aaron Gordon with 22 as well. Kawhi did what he could. But, he was the only one who was stepping up for the Clippers. James Harden only puts up 7 points in a Game 7. He was 1 of 4 from 3. Only took 8 shots from the field. Just abysmal performance. And this has been the story throughout his career. He just, for whatever reason, is just never aggressive enough in Game 7. I just don't get it. But Jokic didn't even have to do that much. Put up 16 points, 10 rebounds, got a double-double. Aaron Gordon stepped up in this game. Christian Braun with 21. But Nuggets win Game 7 at home. They go to the second round to take on the Thunder. So that should be a pretty interesting series. Westbrook gets another revenge series. So we'll see how that goes. Then May 4th, which is Star Wars Day. So for those Star Wars fans, happy belated Star Wars Day. But in a shocker, the Cavs lose Game 1 against the Indiana Pacers. Cavs were without Darius Garland. They've been without him for a while now. He's dealing with a toe injury. But Mitchell did what he could, 33 points. Halliburton put up 22. Pacers are a very good, well-rounded team. They're heavily slept on. So like they got good depth. They got a nice starting five. They have a solid coach. They got really good chemistry. So and they got 50 wins this year. So they've been very good. So shout out to them. And then Warriors get it done in Game 7. Their experience gave them the edge. Jalen Green for the Rockets, absolutely disappointing series. Only had one good game. He was just absolutely terrible throughout this series. And they're most likely going to trade him away for either Giannis if he requests out or Kevin Durant or Zion maybe. I don't know. But he's most likely going to be the centerpiece in a trade package for a star because Rockets have a ton of draft picks to make it happen. Amen Thompson, very, very good. He's really good on defense and, puts up the points. He's going to be dangerous if he develops a jump shot. That's the only flaw to his game is he doesn't really have a jump shot. But if he develops a jump shot, then he's going to be very dangerous. And Buddy Hield absolutely stepped up, 33 points. Shout out to him. But that series is over with. And then just absolutely embarrassing performance by the Celtics. They had this game in the bag. They're up by 20. And then Knicks come storming back with 5 minutes left of the third quarter. They cut it down to 11. Then all of a sudden, they're up by 6. Celtics cut it down. They tie it. Brunson misses a shot at the end, goes to overtime, and then the Celtics just give up in overtime. And Knicks make a clutch play on defense and steal home court advantage. Brunson and OG scored 29 points. Tatum with 23. Got to be better than that. But Celtics lose by 3 at home in overtime. And then Nuggets come back against the Thunder and steal home court, 121 to 119 on the road. Aaron Gordon hit a clutch shot at the end. Chet missed some crucial free throws, but Nuggets get it done. And this proves my point why Jokic should win MVP over SGA. 42 points, 22 rebounds. Shea with 33 points and 10 rebounds. If Shea wins it over Jokic, I'm not going to be happy. I'll just say that. And then this is something we've never seen before. All the lower seeds won game 1 in the second round. This is the first time this has happened in the same playoffs. But the Cavs had this game in the bag. They were up by 20. They were hammered with injuries in this game. They did not have Evan Mobley, who won Defensive Player of the Year. They were still without Garland, and they were without DeAndre Hunter. They were up by 20, and then they lost this game at the end. Halliburton hits a game winner, and the Pacers go up 2-0 on the road. They're heading back home to Indy with all the momentum in their favor. Not looking good for the Cavs. But yeah, just tough way to lose. But like I said, Pacers are a really good team. Donovan Mitchell did what he could. He had 2 crazy dunks in like the beginning of the game, but he put up 48 points, 9 assists, 4 steals. Miles Turner, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 5 blocks. Impressive performance by him. Then we go to the Timberwolves, who also blow home court advantage. And the Timberwolves did not play very well. Noah was texting this in our chat. They were like 8 of 65, which is just horrendous. And then Anthony Edwards was really struggling in this game. He was 0 of 8 to start the game. Like, it was looking really bad. They did get back into it, but it was too little too late. Warriors take this one on the road. They steal home court. Jimmy Butler puts up 20 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists against his former team. And then Ant, despite how bad he shot, he put up 23 points, 14 rebounds, 3 steals. But game 2 is tomorrow. It's the only game we have tomorrow. But yeah, Warriors win it by 11, I think. But then we get into today's games, and one of them's not finished. One of them is, it's pretty much finished, but Jesus. Game 2, Celtics Knicks, pretty much a copy and paste of game 1. Celtics didn't take as many threes as they did in game 1. This time they only took 40, and they only made 10 of them. Jason Tatum was absolutely horrendous in this game. At halftime, he only had 2 points. He was 0 of 8 from 3. He was fucking terrible, and he just could not turn it around. Finished the game with an abysmal 13 points. The Knicks did the exact same thing they did in game 1. Brunson only had 17 points. Like, he didn't even put up that many points. Cat put up 21 points, 17 rebounds. Derek White, 20 points, 9 rebounds. The Celtics dropped both games at home. They are down 0-2, heading to Madison Square Garden for game 3 on the brink of getting swept. And, you know, I have absolutely no faith in this team. I think we're going to get swept. I hate to say it, but it's facts. It's set in stone at this point. Because now you have to win both games at New York, and that's going to be impossible, let alone winning one game. Like, yeah, if you won this game and if you manage to tie it in New York, that's one thing. But now you have to win both of them. Because if you go down 0-3, then it's done. Your season's done. It's over. Because no team has ever come back down 0-3 and won. It's not possible. It's never happened. It hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to. But I completely give up on this team. We're not winning shit. So congrats to the Knicks for winning this series. Good luck against the Pacers in the East Finals. Celtics, you might as well just pack your bags for Cancun. Lots of decisions to make in the offseason. Obviously, there's been like multiple reports of them having to make cost-cutting trades to, shed money to get under the second apron. It's obvious it's going to be Porzingis. I mean, he just hasn't played. I mean, he came off the bench tonight because he's dealing with an illness. And he's just not at 100%. He's just not consistent enough. And hasn't played a lot of games. Like, he's missed a lot of time with injuries. So he's the obvious choice. They may even move Drew Holiday as well because he's not getting any younger. He's on a longer contract. It's just the thing is like who's going to want to trade for these guys? Because I don't think anybody's going to want to trade for Drew Holiday because of his age and his contract. I don't know who wants to take a flyer on Porzingis. Porzingis is more likely because he's on an expiring deal. So Porzingis is going to be easier to trade. But then after that, what do you do? Because, this team's under new ownership as well because they went on sale and the new owner bought them for $6 billion or something like that. So you're under new ownership. So what are they going to do? But yeah, season over. Celtics suck. They're frauds. The Knicks, really good team. I hate the Knicks with a passion, but I have to respect them because they're playing with so much heart and passion. And I respect teams that play with heart and passion, and the Knicks actually give a shit about winning. And they actually give a shit about their fans. So I respect them for that. So I definitely think the Knicks could definitely go to the finals once they take care of business at home and sweep us. But yeah, this series is already over with. And then Thunder, they learned from their mistake and they bounce back in a huge way. They're blowing out the Nuggets. This game's pretty much over with. The score is 129-71. I think the Thunder are going to win the finals. I think whoever makes it out of the East, whether it's the Knicks, Cavs, or Pacers, they're getting destroyed by the Thunder. I mean, like, just look at this freaking score. Like, 130-88. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the Thunder are a really deep team. Like, their starting five alone is ridiculous. You have Shea at the 1, you got Lou Dort at the 2, then you got Jalen Williams at the 3, then you got Chet and Hartenstein as your double bigs in the front court. They have the best defense. They're a really, really good team. And then they have a solid bench as well. But yeah, Thunder have been the most dominant team all year. And, I think that they're going to win the finals, and it's going to be a cakewalk for them. But Jokic only put up 17 points, disappointing. Only 14 for Murray, only 10 for Gordon. And then Russ put up 19 off the bench against his former team. So that's funny. But yeah, that game's pretty much over with. Let's get into... Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, congrats, man. James Harden is the worst overrated player. He's terrible. I wouldn't wish him on anybody's team. Yeah. I'm very glad the Celtics are losing. They're very unlikable. I don't think anybody likes the team. Go Lakers all day. Yeah, Lakers are going to be building around Luka. Like, once they get, like, a lot of defensive players around Luka, they're going to be very good. But we'll get into my pre-lottery mock draft. The draft lottery is on Monday. So we'll see who gets the first pick, who gets to pick Cooper Flag. But we're going to sim the lottery to make it more interesting. So we'll have it at normal speed. But the lottery, anything could happen. I mean, the Pistons have had the best odds in the past 4 years, and they've fallen to 5 every single time. But here are your lottery teams. The Jazz have the worst record, so they have the best odds, but that does not guarantee them the first pick. But we shall see. But I'm going to hit the button in 3, 2, 1, sim. Sorry, it's taking a bit to load. So the Wizards get the first pick, and the Rockets get the second pick. So I have a feeling if the Rockets got the second pick, they would probably trade it. But we're not doing trades here because it's going to get too complicated. So, yeah. That'd be crazy if the Rockets got the second pick. They own Phoenix's pick this year because they gave Brooklyn their picks back for Phoenix's pick. Um, all right, but full first round mock draft. Hopefully it loads quicker. Hopefully it loads sooner rather than later. That's what I meant to say. All right, Wizards on the clock with the first pick. We all know who they're going to take. It's going to be Cooper Flag. He's the best prospect in the class. The Wizards get the first pick. They're absolutely not going to waste any time running this up the podium. Then the Rockets get the second pick. They don't have a scorer. They don't have a guy that can get them a bucket down the stretch. So if they stick and pick, they're absolutely going to take Dylan Harper. If Cooper Flag wasn't in this class, he'd easily go first. But I think he's going to be an all-star in the NFL. NBA. Sorry, but I think he's going to be very good. Put up 19 points, shot 48% from the field. He can play the 1 and the 2, so the Rockets can play him wherever, and he could be that guy for them down the stretch when they need a bucket in crunch time. He's 6'6", so very good player. Then at 3, the Hornets. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this pick. They could go Ace Bailey if they want to. I do think he's the third best prospect in this class. However, he takes some head scratching shots. Like he takes some like really tough shots, and that might not work out in his favor in the league. And the Hornets are looking for that backcourt partner with LaMelo. So I think VJ Edgecombe here makes a lot of sense from Baylor. Very good player, top 5 prospect in my opinion. 15 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 44% from the field. 6'5", he can play the 2 and the 3. But pairing him up with LaMelo in the backcourt make things very interesting. Then the Nets at 4, go ahead and take Ace Bailey. I think he's a good fit there. 18 points a game, 7 rebounds, 46% from the field. They can develop him to take better shots, then I think this will be a good pick for them in the long run. Then we got the Jazz at number 5. I'm going to have them take Trey Johnson here. They have their point guard in Keontae George, but Trey Johnson, very good prospect. 20 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 43% from the field. Very good from Texas. So I like this for them. Then we have the Pelicans at 6. I'm going to have them take Kasparas Yakuchonis. I think that's how you say his name. They could be trading Zion this season, but very good from the fighting or from Illinois. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 44% from the field. He's 6'6". I had no idea how to say his last name. I actually had to watch his highlights to figure out how to pronounce it. But that's how you say it. And then the Thunder have the 7th pick. Now this came from Philadelphia. It's top 6 protected. So if it stays in the top 6, Philly gets to keep it. If it falls out, conveys to OKC, and it fell out of the top 6, so the Thunder have it. They could just go best available. They could trade it. But I'm going to have them go Concanupal from Duke. 14 points, 48% from the field. He's a really good shooter. Gives them depth on their bench. Then the Raptors at 8. Raptors are interesting. Jakob Poeltl's getting older. So I'm going to have them take Ahmad Mulach, center out of Duke, 8 points, 7 rebounds. They need a backup center anyway, so I think he's perfect for that. And then we got the Spurs. I'll have them go Igor Demon from BYU. Very good playmaker, 11 points, 41% from the field. It's a good fit for San Antonio. And for the Blazers, going to have them take, almost glitched there, Asa Newell, power forward from Georgia. 15 points, 54% of the field, 7 rebounds. He'll probably come off the bench if Portland were to draft him. Then Dallas is interesting because they're in the lottery. They do need a point guard because Kyrie was injured and he is getting older. So Jeremiah Fears here can make some sense. 17 points, 43% from the field. Then at 12, the Bulls, I'm going to have them take Derek Queen, center out of Maryland. They need a center. They got to trade Vucevic. But 17 points, 9 rebounds, 53% from the field. They get their brand new starting center. Then the Hawks have this pick due to the Kevin Huerter trade with the Kings. I'm going to have them take Liam McNeely. Very good shooter, 38% from the field, 15 points. And then Spurs at 14. Gonna have them take another wing, Noah Ashengu from France. They don't have his stats because he's an international player, but solid player. And the Thunder will have them take Colin Murray Bowles from South Carolina, 17 points, 59% from the field, really good shooter. Then we got the Orlando Magic here. Biggest thing is they need shooting, and Nick Clifford from Colorado State, very good shooter. Solid pick, 19 points, 10 rebounds, shot 50% from the field. They need shooting really, really bad. So they go ahead and grab them here. Then the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gonna have them go Rasheer Fleming from St. Joseph's. Feels like a Timberwolf to me. Very good player. 15 points, 9 rebounds with 53% from the field. Perfect fit for Minnesota. And then the Wizards have another pick. Thanks to the Marcus Smart trade. Go ahead and grab Nolan Traore from France. He was expected to be a top 5 prospect, but didn't have the best year. So his draft stock went down a little bit. And then the Nets, they needed a point guard, so we'll go Jace Richardson from Michigan State. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 49% from the field, 6'3". It's a solid player. And then Miami at 20 will be an interesting pick. But they have this pick from the Jimmy Butler trade. But we're going to go Ben Serra from Israel. Spo is a very good coach, so he'll know how to use him. And I think he'll develop well in Eric Spoelstra's system. The Jazz are up next. Going to have them take Carter Bryant from Arizona. Stats don't look too impressive, only 7 points. 46% from the field. Then the Hawks have another pick. This is the Lakers pick that went to the Pelicans from the Anthony Davis trade, and then the Pelicans gave it to the Hawks for DeJounte Murray. So we're going to have them go Boogie Flan from Arkansas. Get a backup point guard for Trae Young, 14 points, 38% from the field. And then Pacers, they could use another center, but I feel like they're going to trade somebody because they need to save money so they can re-sign Miles Turner. So go center. You might let Isaiah Jackson go. So if that's the case, then we'll have them take Thomas Sorber, center out of Georgetown. 15 points, 9 rebounds. So they get their new backup center. And then Thunder have another pick. I'm going to have them go Danny Wolf, center out of Michigan. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 50% from the field. Thunder can use some center depth as well. Then at 25, the Magic are back on. Like I said before, they need shooting. So I'm debating between Will Riley or Cam Jones. Now, Will Riley averaged 43% from the field, 13 points. Then we'll look at Cam Jones's shooting percentage. Shot 48% from the field. I think Will Riley will be a better fit. So that's who I'm going to go with. They get depth there. Will Riley. They could trade this pick for a shooter, but Magic improved their shooting. And then Brooklyn, it should be interesting. Alex Caravan already made it clear he's going back to school. But we'll go Hugo Gonzalez from Spain. Don't have his stats because he's an international player. But Brooklyn has another pick here. We'll go Liberion Philin from Alabama. Then Celtics at pick 28. They can definitely use a big man in the future. If I can find him. Can't remember where he's from. I know he's from Florida. He's not showing up here. I think it's Alex Condon. Yeah. So we're going to go Alex Condon here from center out of Florida. I think he'll fit the system quite well. 11 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds, 49% from the field. So I think he'll be a good fit there. And then Suns have the 29th pick. They do need some defense, so we'll go Adou Theriot from Arkansas. $15 points, 6 rebounds, 54% from the field. .6'8", 220 pounds. Then the last pick in the draft, the Clippers go with Cam Jones, really good shooter. Lots of guys snubbed out of the first round, but there's only 30 picks. But yeah, that is my pre-lottery mock draft. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Monday. James Harden is terrible. He's a joke. Hope he retires very soon so everyone can live in peace. All right, well, that was going to do it for the stream, guys. That's all I really have for you. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.